Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at some excerpts from episode 3 of Street Dance Girl Fighter season 2. Very excited about this. All of my excerpts are from the full episode reaction I just reacted to, and I'm very excited about the discussions that are to follow in the comments. I hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, that was cool, that was cool. That was cool. Yeah, she forgot the choreo there.
뒤에 있는 세 명이 함께 가는 거였는데 미카가 여기 서 있어. 어디 갔어?
Yeah, teamwork got affected by that.
Panic.
Yeah. I've been in that position before though.
Keep going.
Keep
girl.
going. Yep.
Keep going.
몰라 그냥 해.
I was thinking how I could fix that.
Yes. Yes. Right back in it. Good. 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 Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So we just had the hiccup. I'm so glad they caught back into it.
미야비 나 너무 좋아. 나 미야비 진짜 제일 좋아.
Miyabi is really, really good. Yeah. Wow. She reminds me of Sayaka from Super Kill. Well, no, she trained with Super Kill. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I love it. A little feature from each moment. Great.
Popping, let's go.
Come on, finish it up.
I really like the fact that they had a hiccup, but they... Woo! That was cool. That was cool. Love that. That was so good. That was awesome. Yeah. Wow. That was really nice. Honestly, like, okay, so we know that with this group, there was a huge hiccup that took place. Let's talk about it because it did take people away from the performance just a little bit. And of course, they made it a whole little moment right here on the episode, right? So I have been there before. Whenever you're performing and you just blank out. It was actually, oh my gosh, it was a couple years ago for me. And I'm like an adult, right? And these are teenagers in a high pressure environment, 24 hours to come up with something. And honestly, my goal for them, like this is just a side note, if you want your team to be successful, a really great tool you can utilize is learn your choreography, sleep, work on it again. Your retainment of the choreography is going to skyrocket by having a sleep, like having REM cycles in between when you're learning information. That's been studied, is really helpful, and I'm assuming that's what the case was for a lot of them. I hope they didn't pull all-nighters. That's just not healthy for anybody, but to actually retain information, it is good to learn, sleep, learn. So I think this was a very strong start. If there wasn't that hiccup that was made note of, you know, she was floundering just a little bit, it caused the team to kind of have that moment. They got right back into it. Honestly, it was around, they made it like a whole minute of an issue. It was only probably about 10 seconds, if that. So I feel, I mean, I know with this, I'm analyzing the episode version, not the uncut. So I apologize if you wanted me to look at an uncut, but that's what it looks like realistically. From the top here, freaking great. This energy, everybody got to be featured. I love it. Having them all go boom, and then boom. She is repping an HHI jacket. That's a new one. I don't think that was there whenever I was able to get merch, because I would own that. That thing looks freaking sick. Taking really great. Something that we noticed with that, because they're going to replay it. They go ding, ding. That 4 ticks. She fully committed to the 4 ticks. Normally people kind of stall out on that 4th one. Even though she didn't technically move to the side, she still adjusted it to create and justify that tick. And everybody around did the 4 ticks just as strong, which made that so powerful of a start. That Blackpink right there. Boom, Blackpink. Boom, do-do-do. Great. Great choreo here. It does just look like choreo where they had a little moment of unison, breaking apart. Really great format. Yeah. Boom, do 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 do. Blackpink melting through. Great choices to showcase everybody. And I love the fact with their leader, that was the strongest call they could have made, was having her the leader. I was already seeing symptoms of it just based on the communication of the barbecue. Like, Kirsten, I think if Kirsten made the call, she made a great call. If they all decide amongst themselves, that's the best way to set your group up for success is somebody who can communicate in multiple ways or know how to meet somebody where they are. Also know too, they have 2 Japanese members, right? So they have these 2. I really feel like there's probably some other ways that they can be more efficient in communicating, because everybody has at least somebody else that can't speak the same language. I think that was really great to see. Melting through right there. That wasn't quite as powerful in that beginning. They were just like, okay, just melt into your spot. Yeah, na 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 right there. It did look a bit marked near my center point. She completely forgot. I know she was supposed to go with what my back end was doing. Good chance adrenaline got to her. But she was supposed to move with them. It actually looked like, because of the formation, it made it look like she was supposed to dance with these guys, but it actually would make more sense based on how they did this formation, why she would go with these 2. So that's my note. She definitely, they made it a whole thing. She sat into it. Honestly, if she didn't show it on her face at all, she could have totally owned this, you know. But whenever you're in this moment, having that moment of like, I'm not supposed to be doing this part, you notice on her face, oh my god, I'm not supposed to be doing this part. That's just what happens. Yeah. But this part, dun, do, 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 do. I love how they broke away. She had that moment right there. And then she froze. And for them, they're like, what's going on? You know? They're making it look like, oh, how dare they make a mistake, you know? It's coming across like that, but if anything, it's mostly concern of something's off here. Because they had such a strong start, for something like that to happen, they're like, interesting, you know? They may make something about it in the feedback. I think it needs to be stated. She goes back in. Notice that we don't have a full cam here, so it is hard to see what else was influenced by this. And then we have those 4 in the line, and it is distracting. The fact that that little blunder took place, it does distract from the other visuals that they were trying to come across. Hence that I talked about it. Yeah, she said, oh my god. Yeah, she's completely forgot, but she got right back in it.
Keep going,
Right.
girls.
Keep going.
Keep going.
I was like, just do it. Everybody just needs to hold it down, and then she joins right back in. So honestly, if you think about that, it probably took about maybe 10 seconds tops of a minute and a half. So noticing that only 10 seconds of it was more of a blunder, but everything else really tied back in right here. She joins back in. Timing was slightly off, but she got right back in it. Love the 4 having their moment sliding through. This right here, a little off. I feel like with them on the floor, they, my feature, she could not feature, I would say my dancer from No Lips, she could have scooted out more, and it would have been be better set up. But I love how she hit this and does a little wave with her straddle. And it's honestly very impressive that she's able to really have enough stability to own that. And that's something interesting about this year. And they go up. But they do something that's a little similar to what we've already seen. So my goal for them, and I feel like one of our No Lip members just no longer continues, but our leader does, and I'm so glad she does. Because I really feel that, just finding a different way to hit that in very captivating push off, I think, because we had a really nice base that was catered to it. It was nice to see that showcase, though. We got a little bit of No Lip in there. The slide through was so nice, and they had that tension build out from the front. She is so captivating. Do I think that was like a little peekaboo, little sensual moment? Personally, for me, I'm always like, whenever people are children, I'm always a little more sensitive or mindful to those types of choices. She reminded me of Sayaka, Sayaka. Yeah, Sayaka, I think I said it right. She gives off that energy and how she holds her posture, how she dips. It reminds me a lot of her whenever I saw her in the dance rank mission specifically. Really great formation. Miyabi's her name. Miyabi reminded me of Sayaka. Yeah, just this moment, they're all bleeding out, over and out. I really think on this side that we could have really blended a little bit more in the framing, so that moment made more sense. But I also understand this is a little bit clunky here, but just in the transitions. And I think it's just from, she is holding it down, though. The fact that she had such a midlife crisis in the middle of the routine and then comes and bounces back the way that she did is so impressive. That is professional. And I know for her, she's like, that was a lesson learned for her. I do not want to do that again. You know, and I think that this team, even though there's a chance they could potentially score on the lower end because of that blunder, they're going to have such a strong drive to really present themselves the way they need to. Pulling it up through, smiling through. Yeah, so we forgot about that column. So it's just little mistakes like that. Boom, doo, 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 doo. Yeah, but we also, some of them are a bit forgetful. Like, she was a little bit forgetful of that section. You can tell whenever they have like a millisecond or a microsecond where they're going after everybody else. You can just tell in those cases whether or not they remembered. So they're having their moment. They kind of cipher it out. I love it. They're like, let's go, giving her energy. If they were a little bit lower because of Ria's height, I think that's her name, right? If they were a little bit lower presenting her, I think it would have come across more effective. Yeah, but look, everybody's a fan of a lot of their moments. They have great moments. This build out that they're about to do right here. Now right here they go up to really frame her great. Then right here, I haven't seen people, this was so freaking great. The heels, D. Yes to that. And they go do with the head. This is a really creative way to hit that do that we're so used to seeing the head and hands, but just seeing this energy was sick. And then they bleed it through. Really, they did a great job having people that are a bit lower showing the legs on this. But also having that moment right there. That was so good. Having the level at the top justified. I love it. You can really tell that they naturally factor in those types of formations. They need to have depth to them. You can't just keep it unison. What a great moment. They go do, and they have it peeking through a thread, through the arms. I love it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The tension of pulling out from the trace of her arms in the center was a really great call. And that transition of how she comes up out of that, having her feet up and then sliding them through was such a seamless transition. This inning was really, really nice. Now we're tailing tribute to the choreo, which I like, but she was forgetful, our dancer, you know, and then having this energy here, I really feel like she struggled a lot in this challenge. She was a really good leader. She had some hiccups. I would say she did a really great job. Her aesthetic is wonderful, and I don't think we see her after this interim, you know, based on that map. Maybe they'll show us what happens. I don't know. I'm going to assume they will. But everybody held it down. I'm mostly impressed with her because I have been there. I don't think I finished my thought. It was a tap routine, and a tap's not my strongest suit, and I learned it because one of the teachers, one of my closest friends, and it's nice to be able to, for all of us to spend time together learning from each other. And it was on dress rehearsal day, and we go to perform it, and my brain was never able to retain the choreography because I can just memorize it, but I was so frustrated with myself because I was able to remember all these really complicated, polyrhythmic, difficult routines, but I couldn't remember this intermediate in nature type of tap routine. And it was very frustrating for me, and in that moment, and I didn't have that perspective of pushing through because I had the choice to not, and I took that route for just that routine. And I'm very, out of everything, she grew as a professional today. by seeing that here. So honestly, most people are like, how dare she? They're teenagers, and the fact that she was able to pull through and hold it down, and she's gonna feel awful about it, but I'm really proud of the fact that they still held it down, has some really great moments that we got to see, and they didn't completely flounder the entire time. Was this the cleanest? No, it probably won't be the cleanest that we see today, but it's definitely left a sense of impact, and I'm actually impressed with how they went about the track, because it's so easy to sink into what is trendy or popular about the track, and they took a really different approach, and I like it. And every person got featured in some way, and that's always really fun for me too, to show everybody has a sense of individuality, as well as everybody has value, and that's always a really good sign.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see any more full episode reactions, excerpts from the show, I have all of that all over Patreon, but I do my best to try to get the excerpts out in a timely manner as well, because I really enjoy just the discussions that I have both on Patreon and YouTube. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you in the discussions like you have been before. And if this is your first time coming to a video of mine, thank you so much for your support and just taking the time to watch. It means a lot. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.